Hey everyone, it's Riley Bowman with concealedcarry.com, and I'm excited to share with you this next gear box from Guardian Nation. Once per quarter, we ship out to all of our Guardian Nation members a quarterly gear box. In this case, it's not a literal box, but this package here has everything that is going out with this quarter's gear. The gear is valued at least the value of the membership that you pay over the course of a quarter. Actually, we guarantee it's going to be valued at least $120 worth of gear. That's what you're going to find in this little package here today. I'm excited to do a reveal with you, open it up, and together we're going to find out what is in this quarter's box of gear. Guardian Nation membership has many other benefits that you'll want to maybe consider checking out if you're not currently or already a member. But you're going to get access to all kinds of special deals, including 10% off everything at concealedcarry.com. You're going to get big discounts off of products from companies like CCW Safe, and also awesome stuff like this, like we're going to go over here today. Not only that, full access to our complete library of content, training content at concealedcarry.com. Our Guardian University has hundreds of hours of training content you'll have access to as part of membership at Guardian Nation. So the first thing that I would recommend you do when you pull out or open up your gear box here, your envelope, is this little card here. This is going to detail what is in there. Should be everything in there. And so the first thing to do is just make sure that you're going through if we haven't missed anything. So that'd be the first thing. Pull out this card and we'll go right on down. Actually, I'm going to go through the list in reverse order. I'm going to save the best for last, which is going to involve this pistol right here. So let's start first with 5.56 or 5.56 and 9mm dummy rounds from Ready Up Gear. All right. So you're going to get this little package right here with 5 .223 or 5.56 dummy rounds and 5 9mm dummy rounds. These are a complete new design for us from Ready Up Gear. They have been completely worked over and immensely improved. Super impressed with these new dummy rounds from Ready Up Gear. They are using a new, you could say, proprietary polymer. We spent a lot of time actually testing the polymer and looking for the right mix of polymer to get the best combination of durability as well as providing the right mix for the primer pocket so that it would properly cushion your striker or firing pin as it strikes the primer pocket. There's a lot of different dummy rounds out there on the market, and some don't even include something in the primer pocket. Now, dry firing every kind of gun is not the end of the world as far as not using a dummy round or using dummy rounds that don't have something protecting the striker or firing pin in the primer pocket of the round. But it can't hurt to have that extra bit of assurance to know that you're not going to cause any damage to your gun dry firing it with these dummy rounds. So super awesome new product, newly updated product from Ready Up Gear, these dummy rounds, valued at $37.98 for the 10-pack here, the 2 5-packs of each caliber there. So MSRP $37.98. Again, we promise we're going to deliver to you at least $120 worth of gear. So that's why I'm going to give you these numbers as we go through it. All right, next up, we've got something kind of fun here. In fact, there's 10 of these in this package. So that means lots of use you'll be able to take advantage of at the range. What these are is 10 packs, they're called Tac Packs, from Tactical Grit. So Tactical Grit is essentially, it's a hand cleaner for you to use after a range trip, after you're handling ammunition, shooting, whatever, any of that kind of stuff, to help clean your hands, especially to remove lead from your skin. So it's super important to be mindful of lead ingestion. It's something I've been tested for as an avid shooter a couple of times over the years to make sure my lead levels are an acceptable level. And I've become a lot more cautious of this sort of thing, not handling food or eating and things while I'm at the range, at least without washing my hands first. And so this makes it easier to do, easier than ever. You can get this Tactical Grit, of course, online, but we're going to send you these 10 packs of Tac Packs from Tactical Grit. Super awesome product. The 10 of these is an MSRP of $25. So That's really fantastic. I'm excited to see you guys putting those to use and being more mindful of cleaning your hands and skin from lead after trips to the range. We actually had these at the Guardian Conference, most recent conference, or actually had a big like gallon bottle of the stuff that people were able to use after, once they came back from the range for lunch break and stuff like that. People seem to really like it, really enjoy it. I used it. It's kind of like using, the hand cleaners that like mechanics use, like what is it? The orange stuff. I can't think of what it's called all of a sudden, but you wash it on or wipe it on your hands and just rub that all off. And then if you want to rinse it off with some water, that works pretty good. Next up here, we have a custom designed sticker for Guardian Nation members. We've been doing a custom sticker with each gear box for the last little while, so that's the next one there. Always ready, never reckless, so that's pretty cool. And then finally, we come to our final product here, which I'm excited. We're going to demonstrate this product for you right now on camera. But what this is a voucher, not for one, but for 2 grips from DefGrip. All right, so what DefGrip is a actual grip application product. And we're going to go ahead and apply one of these to this VP9 pistol right here. This is a really unique, special product. Now, I should be clear, this is a voucher. You're going to get this card. And the reason why is because we don't know what pistols or what guns you have. So you're going to want to take this voucher card so you can go right to DefGrip's website. I believe it's DefGripUSA.com. That's DefGripUSA.com. And you're going to have a special voucher code on your card that you're going to use to redeem for 2 of these. And I've got my 2 right here. So one here is for a Glock compact, a 19 or 23, that size of Glock. We're going to set that aside. I've got the VP9 one right here as well. So we're going to go ahead and open this up. Now there's some instructions that you're going to actually installation video right on their website that you can review. I would highly recommend that. It also comes with a DefGrip sticker in this package, so that's pretty cool. All right, and so I would recommend going to their website and watching the video to learn how to properly install these. Now we've got this one here for the VP9, and one other thing you're going to need, I don't think it comes in the package, but this is just an alcohol wipe. So the very first thing I recommend for installation, and this is true just about of anything that you would install, some kind of grip, tape or something onto the grip of a pistol, you want to wipe it down with an alcohol wipe, okay, and get it totally clean up. And you'll notice I removed the slide from the pistol here, also a good recommendation, so we can work on this in a safe way. Yes, I have the gun itself barrel blocked, but we might as well just work with a blank pistol frame or grip here. All right, so we're just going to make sure that's thoroughly washed or cleansed with an alcohol wipe there and let it dry. All right, so while that's drying, we'll set it here and I will take a look here at the DefGrip product. Now, one of the things that's pretty unique about this product is it's not like some of the other grip tape type products out there on the market. A lot of those are more like a rubber kind of grip or maybe a sandpaper grip, and I've used a lot of those over the years with great success in some cases, in other cases not so great. But this is neither of those. This is not sandpaper, it's not a rubberized grip. It kind of feels rubber-like as you initially interact with it, but it's quite a bit different from that. And they make a big point to explain on their website how this functions. The actual surface has got these microscopic kind of almost, ridges, or it's got a lot of really cool texture to it that you can't really see or even really detect, but you can feel it's got a good grip, kind of stickiness to it. But the other really interesting thing about this product is that it's also very effective when it gets wet or when your hands are wet. And so one thing that we could do, I don't have it here with me, but we'll do some B-roll. We can show how this works. We can drop some water on this and you'll see it basically absorb into the material itself. So it doesn't sit on top of the material and then interact with your hand and cause that to lose friction. It actually just kind of disappears. I don't know how it works. It's magic. That's all I can say. But it's very effective. So even when it's wet, it still is very grippy. And I've seen some of the rubbery, kind of aftermarket products, and even some of the sandpaper products that lose a little bit of that grippiness when things get really wet, especially if it's an oily kind of wet, like blood. Blood is one of the worst things in terms of maintaining a solid grip on a pistol. If you get injured in some way during a gunfight, let's say, which is definitely a possibility, and having blood on your hands can be a problem for gripping. But that doesn't seem to be as much of a problem with this product, at least from what we've seen in our initial testing. So very excited to try out this DefGrip product and install it with you right now. So we've got that alcohol cleaned, grip now, and so it's all dry. We'll go ahead now and carefully peel away. Well, actually, let me back up. You're going to want to make sure that you kind of lay this on to the grip of your pistol and just verify fitment, all right, that it's actually going to fit the way you think it's going to fit. And one thing I'll just tease you on right now that's relevant to know is that part of the installation procedure here, and this is a little bit unique to this product, I haven't seen this from some of the other companies, is it's got these, they kind of look like feathers of a wing. And these are actually going to interlace. They're going to basically lay over top of each other in an alternating fashion to close in the back of the grip. That's kind of cool because that's sometimes one of the trickier parts of the grip to get these types of products applied. So just something to be aware of there, and you can kind of play around with this and sort of see how that's going to go. It does specify in the instructions that you want to start with, I think it's the left side of the grip first. And so this is going to lay over, and then this side, and then this side, and this side, and so on and so forth till you get to the very bottom, as those kind of are interlaced like little fingers. So that's a pretty interesting, clever design from what I've seen so far on this. So that's pretty cool. So we verified fitment. It goes on there. It looks like it fits everything correctly. I'm looking for clearance of my mag release. And in full disclosure, this is for the VP9, and it doesn't appear they have the VP9 model that's specific for VP9B models. The B model being a push button mag release as opposed to the paddle release on most HK pistols. So we actually custom trimmed around that mag release ourselves for this particular one here today. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and carefully start peeling this away now that we've confirmed fitment. Just going to be mindful it's very sticky. You can feel as soon as I got that in contact with my thumb, it's quite sticky. But we're going to lay this across the front strap of the grip. Going to make sure it's centered up on there and in the right position. All right, give you kind of this view here. All right, now I'm going to press that in there into the front strap and start working its way back to the back strap. Applying pressure evenly, working that in little by little. Yeah, front strap feels pretty good. Just going to confirm that. And the side of the grip feels pretty good. So now we're at that critical point where now I'm going to fold in this first, I'm going to call it a feather because to me it reminds me of feathers. So we're going to fold that first, or finger, and now we're going to layer the next one over top. Okay, you can see that there. Now we're going to lay the next one over and just keep layering those in. It's really, like I said, I think it's an innovative approach to doing this. 'Cause I have found with these aftermarket grip surfaces like this, grip tape and so forth, that's the most problematic area. So I think this is a really cool way of solving that. And so you see you got kind of this woven look there on the back strap of the gun, which is cool. And one of the things that's cool about that is as you grip this firmly and shoot, you're applying pressure to that, which is helping keep everything locked together. On some of the other aftermarket products similar to this, other competing products, it doesn't quite work like that. Sometimes they have like a seam here on the, on the side or something, or sometimes that back strap portion is a separate piece of tape from everything else. And I've just had some of those come apart or walk on me kind of across the surface as I'm applying a lot of pressure. So that is the installed grip. Let's get the slide back on so we can really kind of have an evaluation of how that looks. I think that looks pretty good. Again, this is a barrel blocked firearm for those of you that are concerned about where this is pointing. But that is the DefGrip installed on this VP9 pistol. It feels really good. It's got a good stick to it. That's the only way I can think to describe it, is it just sticks to the hand so far from what I'm seeing. So we'll have to get some live rounds down range, but I'm pretty good at evaluating such things and knowing what I like as far as grippiness on a pistol. And I think this is going to do really well on the range. And again, the other thing to test and to really show you is how well it does to absorb that moisture into the grip itself, so that it stays grippy even when things are less ideal as far as the environmental conditions are. So that is the DefGrip product there we're really excited about. And again, you're going to get a voucher for 2 of them. So you got a couple of pistols you want to get one of these for, no problem. That's what you're going to get. And that's a value of $50 for the 2 DefGrips. And so altogether, we have the $50 DefGrip, $25 for the tactical grit, $37.98 for the dummy rounds, and shipping and handling another $10. That's what it's going to cost for us to package everything up and ship it to you. Brings the total MSRP value of this quarter's gear box to $122.98. Therefore, we're exceeding that $120 value we promised we'll deliver to our Guardian Nation members, and we hope you really enjoy this quarter's box of gear. I'm really excited. I'm excited to play around some more with the DefGrip. I'm going to be taking some of these with me to the range and making sure I'm cleaning my hands after that. And then dummy rounds, man. I can always use more dummy rounds. I think you can too. Look forward to seeing what you can do in your own training with these new products and putting it all to use. So with that, Riley Bowman again here, concealedcarry.com, signing off. Hope you guys enjoy the box.